Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday, the 12th of March 2022. Thanks for joining me. Someone in the comments yesterday mentioned that they asked me if I had the vice versa tarot because they absolutely love it. I do have the vice versa tarot and I do want to use it today, but I've only used this deck once because I find it super confusing and difficult to use. So I just want to show you why. So look, we've got the cards here in themselves, but then we've got the back, obviously on the back. And it adds a whole lot of meaning to the cards. Also, if I were to use reversals, instead of just having one meaning, and each card is full of meaning, right? So this way around, then if we turn it upside down, which luckily I haven't done in this deck, that would give another meaning. And then we've got the third one by looking at the back of the card, and I find that a bit much. So let's see how I get on with this today and see if I can read these cards. Let's have a look. So what is happening on Saturday the 12th and what energy will you be working with? First card is the Four of Pentacles. The seventh card of the major arcana, the Chariot, which we've had so often lately. So you're in a time of personal healing, success, triumph. You can change your life and make it the way you want. You're supported by spirit. I love it. And then finally, we've got super handsome Prince Charming, Five of Swords. Why are the bullies always good looking? Okay, so the way I want to do this is read the cards. The way I'm thinking of doing this reading is read them this way around, and then I'll flip them over and do the vice versa meaning afterwards so I don't get muddled. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles is a card that says you're hanging on to your practical circumstances too much, as in you're giving too much meaning to your way of living, to your finances, to your bank balance, your house, the way things look, the way you appear. You've lost the focus on the spiritual and you're 99% focused on your physical reality, which we all know is temporary, right? So there's no real point, and I know it's easily said, but there's no real point worrying about your appearance that much or trying to hang on to it because we all age and our looks are all going to change. Or there's no real point in saying, my bank balance is huge, therefore I'm a success. Because there will be times in your life when you have less in your bank account and more. So trying to identify yourself through what you've done on planet Earth or your body or the way you appear, your work or social standing or whatever that may be, it's temporary. And it's important to remember that. So what's interesting here, and what I really like, is that we've got this torch on the ground and it's just about to go out because it's burning down. So the message to me is that this guy is completely given up on living his life purpose. He doesn't live in the moment anymore because that torch has been discarded. It's just lying there. And that's a problem because if we're not looking to the future, if we think we've achieved everything in our lives and we have no goals for the future, then that gets frustrating and boring. And then you do focus on, I've got to maintain what is because I've got nothing else going for me. So that, I feel, is the solution. What is it that you're passionate about? What do you want to do in future? And how can you make plans for the future? Rather than getting stuck in this labyrinth of your practical circumstances and just trying to maintain what is. So here we've got him in this green cloak with stars on it. So the green is nature and earth. And what he's trying to do is beautify the physical realm, which is sad in a way, because he's forgetting that on a spiritual level, he's perfect and he doesn't need to improve anything. He can just be himself. So if you pick up the torch again, you'll be able to hop on the chariot. The torch then turns into a caduceus, the symbol of healing, and you get going again. So the message is that you can heal this sense of frustration and boredom by making new plans for the future. And you don't actually have to ride out into the world today and make it all happen, but you can relax a little bit, stay at home or take a walk in nature or whatever it is that's soothing and calming. And that allows you to open up your mind and to say, right, I am not stuck in my life. I'm not defined by my circumstances. What do I want to do next? And that decision, what do I want to do next, that in itself is healing to you. Because it's like, I'm not a sitting duck. I do have control over my life. I can change things if I want them to change, and I can pick new goals and desires which I feel are going to have a great outcome. So the Chariot in itself, we've got these red wheels, which I've never seen before. So it's transcending the physical realm and your physical needs by focusing on your spiritual truth and saying, I design my physical reality, not the other way around. My physical life doesn't define me, I define me. Then you're beyond good and evil, and you're able to make progress. Finally, the Five of Swords is serious conflict. It's one person being a megalomaniac and saying, I'm the bee's knees here, I'm the best, and I need to prove it to other people by beating them down. It's ultimately insecurity. If you're secure in yourself, you don't need to harm anybody else, do you? And hurt people hurt people. So if you're in a good space, you wouldn't have to engage with this. So the message here, letting go and planning ahead is the real success. The unsuccess, the thing that doesn't work for you so well, is pitting yourself against other people. If you've got friendships or people in your life who constantly make you angry or make you feel defensive, ask yourself, why are you in those relationships? Is it because you're afraid of being alone? Or you've kind of made some concession? I'm not perfect. Why should I expect perfection in someone else? But what I'm getting here with this card, and I like the fact that he's like Prince Charming, because even if someone does have good qualities, like they're nice or charming or whatever, if the bad qualities, bullying and selfishness and stuff, if they outweigh the good qualities, then swords are ideas, thinking, decisions, then really it's time to make a decision about that relationship. If someone makes you feel like this all the time, should you really be bothering with it? And that's a loaded question and rhetorical, because my answer to that is no, don't bother. I'd much rather be alone and have one or two or three great friends in my life who I can trust and who are loyal and amazing, also flawed, but the positives outweigh the negatives. I'd rather have that than have 20 friends who are all nightmares. Seriously. So I think that's the message, that don't let yourself be distracted by other people and negativity and pointless conflict. Instead, make new plans for the future. And also the age, okay? So we've got a really young man, we've got an older, experienced man, and then we've got someone in the middle. His problem is that he's too aggressive. His problem is that he feels like the only thing he's got going for him is his wealth that he's accumulated. So at either extreme, both have gone wrong in some way. They haven't quite got it yet. The guy in the middle, or the woman in the middle, seems to be an adult. And you're an adult. You're not at this extreme. You're not in this extreme. You can change your life as it is. You're not doomed to accept things or misinterpret your security. And also, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone else or make a huge scene just to defend yourself. The conflict is unnecessary. Okay, so let's turn these around. Okay. See, this is what I don't... Okay. Right. Four of Pentacles in reverse. What's he looking at? The towers, the structures that he's built. Okay, so he's looking to the past. The seventh card in the major arcana, we're seeing chalices and Cancer. So the thing motivating him to move forward, and this rune here, is a sense of, I need to take care of myself by following my passions. I have love for myself, and there's some sort of divine plan for me that I know exists, so it's safe for me to act. So totally, not only in the present, but focused on the future and supported and assured that the future can be more amazing than the present, so you don't have to hang on to anything. And then finally, the Five of Swords in reverse. If I just fight with people all the time, sooner or later they're going to walk away from me, so maybe I shouldn't do it. Just a thought. Maybe I should not pit myself against other people if I want good relationships. Makes sense, right? Okay, so 4 and 7 is 11, and 5 is 16. 5 and 7 is 13. What? 5 and 7 is 12, yes. 5 and 7 is 12, and 4 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 7 is the mind and creativity. So get creative about your future and gallop off into a better experience. Don't hang on to the past and don't let yourself be drained by unnecessary conflict. So, you know, if someone comes at you and says, I want to tell you why I have this beef with you and why I despise you, then say, well, can you share that lovely message with me another day? I've got other things to do. That would be my suggestion. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology. And in my personal readings, I use the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. That's the original tarot that's been kind of updated with colors and things. If you have any questions about your life purpose, the future, where you should move to, what you should let go of, behaviors that support you and things that actually make your experience more difficult. If you want to look at finances or relationships or travel or spiritual development, anything at all really, then please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day and I'll speak to you tomorrow.